and welcome to another installment of Milky and the Bean. As always, your host
Milky.
and myself, the Bean, and welcome. Thank you for joining us again. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you for always supporting us in what we do, listening to our crazy lives, listening to our weird jokes, or whatever it is.
Whatever it is, this crazy world we live in, man.
Yeah.
We were talking last episode, and we were hitting on a lot of stuff that we find to be different. And I felt like it was only fitting if we do kids these days, man. What the hell they're gonna have to deal with? What's so different than what we experienced, and how as parents we're gonna have to figure out how to deal with that shit. Kids these
Kids
days,
versus
son.
then. Kids then versus kids now. An example. We didn't have tablets back then.
Hell,
We didn't have phones back then.
You know how much
We
trouble
were
we got?
outside until the sun was down, and then you come inside, you smelled like nalgas and sahuaco,
Sahuaco, sí.
pasuco,
Patas.
just stinky. Patas, sahuaco y culo,
Yeah.
pacuso,
See?
And you just rank and you eat some food and maybe watch some Courage the Cowardly Dog and then go to sleep.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, and for me, yeah, like I legit was like in a small town atmosphere. Parents were like, I don't care what you're doing, go ride your bike, ride your skateboard, hang out with whoever. Just when the lights come on, you better be home. And for sure, man, I was at home because I didn't want no ass whoopings, whatever. And for me, it was like spaghetti and Sports Center. Let's get it. Like, let's go. Because I was a sports nut.
Dude, I'd be out late, man. I mean, back in the day, your parents don't care. Just leave. Don't kill yourself,
Yeah, just come back.
Now, like, I feel like kids, like, I see people outside or anything. Jeremy! Hey, where are you? Mom, I've been gone for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was just getting the mail.
No, it's Jeremy, where are you? It's like, Mom, I'm around the corner. Why don't you just text me? Yeah.
Oh,
where my mom was like, don't make me come look for you, because if I do, that's your ass.
Dude. Okay, so I want to start off with, like, say, phones with kids. I didn't get my first phone. This is just me. I got a Cricket phone in 6th grade. It wasn't color. It was just an all green screen, like all green Nokia. You could change the faceplates, and it had Snake, right? Like, dude, that was back in the day. Like, I felt cool because not a lot of kids had phones back then, right? I felt really cool. But when I used to work in retail, a certain iPhone came out, and a lady came in to buy it for her 4-year-old.
No.
$700 phone for a 4-year-old.
What's little SA doing? He's just gonna be watching little videos and stuff. He ain't doing nothing. $700 phone. He's gonna break it in the first week.
His feet is dragging on the stroller, and just dude.
That little SA walked in.
Who said that? Who said that?
Pat Williams.
Oh, but like, dude, I mean, I don't know where to start with technology. I don't know where to start with this, with a 4-year-old having a phone.
Now think about this, okay? At what age did the first iPhone 1 come out for you? Because I know you're a couple years younger than me.
The first iPhone came out, I believe, when I was a junior or a sophomore. You know what? First iPhone came out, I believe, in 2007. I have to look that up because it's going to drive me nuts. Okay,
so hear what I'm saying to you. I graduated in 2005. All right?
Your first iPhone came out.
There we go. So in the meantime, I remember my first phone. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, that was when you really started like the actual like keyboard on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, BlackBerry and the Sidekick, like, they had the keyboards, right? But as far as like a phone that you didn't have to do some dumb shit, like the keyboard wasn't built in, like, it was 2007. So I was already in my second year of college, bro. I was a sophomore in college when the iPhone 1 came out. Okay. So
Okay, just call it iPhone, please. Don't say iPhone 1. It wasn't named iPhone 1.
First of all, don't correct me like that. You're younger than me. No, I'm just fine.
First of all, watch your mouth.
So the original iPhone came out, and I was already, I feel like I was a freshman, though. For some reason, I feel like it was my freshman year, but we'll say sophomore year. I like how you turned your head around. I remember being I know. I remember being so good with my mom's Nokia phone from Verizon, this little bitty blue brick that was about
T9.
Bro, I could text in my pocket. Like I could be up in my pocket in class and text a message just because I knew where the 5 key was because that little nubbin was on there. And I knew that if I needed to push a C, it was the second button 3 times. Beep, beep, beep. And that's a C. You know what I'm saying? Like cool, like COOL. Like I understand I can do that in class like a typewriter. I could not imagine. Now, mind you, the coolest game we had on this damn phone was Snake. Do you remember Snake?
Of course, I just talked about a hat snake. Hell yeah, I did.
Yes. So understand this. Like when Facebook came out, Nokia phones were still the business. All right. BlackBerry was the iPhone. Like the iPhone didn't even fucking exist. So I can't even begin to imagine what kind of temptations there are for kids these days because they got tablets, they got smartphones, they got smart TVs.
Okay, no, we'll get into it. You're going too far. Let's go back to phones. Let's go back into phones. Kids will never, ever understand back in the day when you had only 200 text messages to send them.
Oh, stupid. The fact that you had text messages, bro. I didn't have text messaging until I was a senior in high school. I had to get phone calls, son.
You only had, say, 400 minutes, but you tell my friends, hey, call me at 9 and we can talk all we want.
Bro, peep this, all right? Kids these days don't know what the fuck roaming charges are. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell all y'all a story. And I'm sure some of our fans have already heard this. Y'all know where I'm getting in. So buckle up. Let me sit up straight for this one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So my wife, okay, I dated when I was in high school. And my dumb ass ran up a $3,000 phone bill because I was going to be slick and Mac and talk to y'all kids don't know what macking is. Mac and talk to my lady in high school.
Why are you going to be eating mac and cheese and talking to your wife?
So Pete, so here we go. So we're talking, and I mean, like I would be on sports trips, and that's why my mom and dad gave me a phone, is because we would go to like Wilcox or Safford or some shit 3 hours away. We'd play at 8. We wouldn't get back to like 12, 11. Have to make a phone call to get picked up, right? So on the way home in the loud ass bus, ain't even talking, ain't saying nothing. I'm on the phone on roaming charges, bruh. I racked up in 1 month almost $3,000 in charges, and my dad about killed me. So then the next month I was like, well, shit, you already know if you got this bill, that's already 10 days past the next bill. Well, if that bill was shitty, you know you're going to want to kill me the next bill. Yes, so you already know. Come to find out, the next bill was like $1,600 because the old man took my phone away and said, well, you can walk home at 1 a.m. for that matter. And then I started buying phone cards. If y'all kids don't know what the hell a phone card is, that is what you used to use on your home phone, your rotary phone, if you will, and make long distance phone calls, which happened to be long distance was anything out of your zip code, your area code. So Tucson, Phoenix, those were long distance calls for us in Eloy. Now, mind you, if you got hung up on, you got into a fight with your lady or anything nonsense like that, it would eat 5 minutes of your phone card. Now, I'm 16, 17 trying to talk to my lady, and I done have my phone jacked. I'm trying to buy phone cards that are like 10, 15 bucks. Well, if I get hung up on or disconnected or damn it, I'm on a pay phone and it just cuts off, then I'm out $1. And that shit ain't cool for a 16-year-old. I could only imagine what kind of dumb shit I would get into if I had FaceTime.
All right, I need you to take a woosah minute for a second. I think you need to cool down. Man, kids will never know about that, right? So
the struggle was real.
Did your dad pay that, or did you guys just like dispute it?
Oh no, we paid it, and I paid it with my hard-earned effort over the summers of sorting nuts and bolts and sweeping floors at my dad's shop, best believe. And my wife still owes my dad a grandchild.
Oh my God. Well, so kids now, it's like they just don't understand. Like kids now, they just sit on the phone. They just if you get a kid a phone, they just zone out. Now, for me being an IT person, very technical, I'm actually not a fan of my daughter, my daughter who's 2 years old, to get the phone. Now, I will tell you, my mother-in-law has started giving her phone, suegra. I mean, okay, to play with it, but I'm not a fan of the kids where just like you give them the phone and they just zone out for hours and hours and hours watching YouTube. Like, go outside, get some fresh air, go color, go read a book. Like man, like that is one thing is I just, it's hard for me for my daughter. Like, I just don't want my daughter to be that zoned out. Like, we do give her the phone, say, you know, the baby's napping. Hey, look at some photos here. She likes to look at photos and things like that. Mm-hmm. Segueing into that, my daughter is 2 years old. Tell me how she can grab my wife's phone and find us on YouTube and watch us and go, Dada.
Son. Okay, so this has been a long time.
That's half of our views right there.
Listen, I was going to say, let me say something real quick. And this is shouts out to my niece and nephew.
Allergy, sorry.
Calm yourself down. I'm going to need you to mute your mic. Shouts out to my niece and nephew, who were easily probably one of our first 20 subscribers. Because my niece and nephew can search Milky and the Bean on YouTube. Shouts out to Caleb. Shouts out to Decatur. I know it's been a long time coming. You've been wanting me to say your name on this. So love you guys. But get off Grams' phone already because you're 4 and 3. Okay? Like these kids these days, they do not understand.
I don't understand how my daughter can find us, right?
Milky
I don't understand. We're not even, if you type Milky, we don't pop up right away. We're not that popular yet.
Hopefully.
But if she types in the letter P, Peppa Pig comes on for sure. Peppa Pig, man. Okay, I just want to take a side note, squirrel note. I hate Peppa Pig. That pig is spoiled. She always talks about her dad being fat. She's rude to George. And why does Susie always have to be a carrot? Anyway, that's a side note.
This is a rant, and he's trying to do some spilled milk on his own. Busted beans right here.
Busted boiled beans.
Boiled beans over here. Baked beans. Well, okay, but all right. Now let's switch gears because I don't want to bash the kids. Love you guys. We're just saying
I love my kids.
How different shit is.
It's just mind-blowing how they can do that.
Correct. So then, listen, let's get back to grassroots. Do you remember playing out all day, right? Being hot as fuck and find a water hose, the manguera. You share the manguera. After COVID, you can't be sharing no water fountains. You can't be sharing no manguera. Like,
have you ever done this? Like, it's the summer, right? You turn that motherfucker on, and the hot water just
No. We did that one time. After that, it was.
No, I don't know how many times I burnt my mouth, but honestly, I don't know if it's just me or not, but like, you know, there's Dasani, there's Vaz. I don't know what the hell it is with manguera water. Just tastes so damn good.
It's that plastic, bro. It's those. It's the water
it's so good, man.
It's the cancerous cells that are getting in your fucking system.
So good. Kids these days will never know. Mom, can I have a Gatorade or a vitamin water?
Kids these days will not understand the warm taste of water that has been touched by rubber water.
Rubber water?
Rubber water.
That sounds weird.
Man. Okay, but on the same breath, do you remember being like, bro, smell this? Or bro, taste this? This shit ain't
dude. Oh yeah. And I remember at one time in high school, I had I sweat a lot, right?
Mm.
And I remember I left something in my locker for like a week, and it reeked. And I went, hey, smell this, and everyone was like, "Ugh!"
Gym socks,
and like,
bro.
and
Gym
so
socks.
they
Or
would
like,
smell it and then get it out. They're like, hey, I dare you to smell it again.
they would do it too every time. No, okay.
Oh,
So mine was either baseball socks or the undershirt that you wear in football. That undershirt that you wear underneath your pads in football.
stunk. Ooh,
Bruh.
it's how
Yeah,
it smells like
funky
frijoles
folk.
you leave in the container.
Yeah.
Uh,
But see, okay, but at the same time, do you remember when you used to go out on dates, like say 18, 19, whatever? You were your own man, you were a grown man, and you started going out on dates, and your girlfriend be like, "Ooh, I want to taste that." I'm like, nah, bitch, this is fucking COVID. You can't be tasting my order your own
no,
shit.
yeah.
Like it's not even a question.
What's wrong with you?
Like, oh yeah, baby, here, go ahead, taste this real quick. Tell me how you like it. Now it's like, COVID.
Oh my god. For all our high school Sunnyside friends, it's like Joey from Friends. Joey's food.
Joey doesn't share food.
Yeah. Oh my god. Did you see that? I sent you a video about the guy's grandma going to the front doorstep and the dude's like, "Grandma, what the fuck are you doing here? It's COVID."
Well, no, so like, but okay, you were talking about that. Like, do you remember? Okay, did you ever have anybody who you like had like creative handshakes and stuff? Like,
dude, it was so hard for me to get. I felt so dumb, sometimes. Like, it started off with, right?
yeah,
Right?
that was like
And
third grade.
and then I remember.
Yeah,
And then now there's people like, see, the thing is, like, with handshakes, kids will never know that. I mean,
correct.
all the kids know. You know what the handshake is now? Yep. But kids will never. I mean, maybe they see football players doing it. Okay, I want to do another squirrel moment. Do football players take classes, or do they like take an hour out of their day to practice when they get a touchdown? Hey, we're gonna get a touchdown and go.
Okay,
Like,
so
do they take a class?
I might be able to answer that a little bit for you. So, granted, in high school, you don't get to celebrate, but on the sidelines, everybody kind of has their own little shake or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take a little bit of time out of your day to create and enforce what we're gonna do. But it's definitely very spontaneous where you kind of go with it, because there's been plenty of times where I was on the sideline and I got like the random handshake that was like, oh shit, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna go with it. So yeah.
Have you ever done like where you go to get the handshake and then the other person goes like this and then they go like this and you go like that and you're like, can I tell you something I started doing with my daughter Olivia? I think we started this about a week or two ago, but we go, give me some, and I go like this and she goes, and then I go tell mama, go get mama some. Give me some. Oh man.
No, it's always like
like handshakes. Man, I mean,
it's always like up high, down low, too slow.
I just thought of something. Kids will never know the paranoia, the excitement of passing a note through class. Right? You know what I mean? It's folded. You're looking around and you're like, I keep on hitting my camera. Sorry. You're like,
Son.
And it says, did you see Timmy's wedgie earlier? Like, what? Or like, do you like me? Yes or no, or maybe? Or the answer to a quiz?
Check yes or no. No. So like, okay. So there was two types of notes. There was either notes that you didn't want to see the reaction, or there was notes that you wanted to see the reaction, because the notes that you wanted to see the reaction were funny. You're probably making fun of somebody else or whatever like that. But the notes that you didn't want to see the reaction were like, can I sit next to you in the lunchroom? Can we hold hands? Do you like me? Do you want to be your girlfriend? Bro, and girls, I'm calling you out. the origami that y'all used to get into to make these
Oh my god.
super sick. Like, where did that art form go? Because some of those notes, I'm sure I don't have anymore, but maybe some of y'all females do. Can you please post pictures? The one I liked the best was the square with the little flap. Y'all know what I'm talking. I promise y'all know what I'm talking about. And please, if you can't remember how to fold it, like YouTube it, somebody please do that, because I can remember so many notes that were so perfectly elegant, and I'm like, there, take my note. Like, here's a watered piece of paper.
Man. They
Kids
won't
never
understand. It's sending a text message, you know, like, oh,
bro, it's not even about text message. It's about actually walking up to the girl you like in wherever. Like, there's one person that probably won't see me or hear me on this one because she may not be following, but I remember being to Disneyland and getting like a little light up flower, and the anxiety I felt to give this person a flower just to have it come back to me and be a joke. Like, y'all don't understand that shit.
Well, now you just send an emoji flower, you know?
Yeah, you send a GIF.
You know, one thing too, like, excuse me, I constantly have allergies. One thing, kids it's different. Back in the day, lunch was just lunch. Pizza sticks, sloppy joes. But now, I mean, you got peanut allergies and gluten-free, you know, no fat, no sugar. I mean, kids will not understand that. We didn't have a choice back then. If we said, hey, I'm allergic to gluten.
Get out of here. Gluten? What the hell is gluten?
Like, no, I'm sorry, I don't eat sloppy joes. It's not in my diet. Like, no, you ate what it was.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm glad you fucking brought that up. Okay, so what was your favorite day? I have 2 lunchroom days that I was like, I'm first in line if that's the day. I'm looking at the schedule knowing when that day is. I'm not missing that day.
My Sunnyside people. Now, it's probably not the older Sunnyside crew, but a little bit the newer, like my class kind of. Every Friday, I was in an all Hispanic school. All the guys would put sombreros, like the matching belt, nice, you know, like da-da-da-da. And they would have, like, first of all, like La Caliente out. But Sunnyside High School would have a grill outside doing carne asada on Fridays. On Fridays. And Mr. Almada from Sunnyside, I don't know if you're still there or not, who taught economics, I would constantly sneak out your window on Fridays. To be the first one in line for carne asada.
He already knew.
Because I wanted that juicy carne asada. Because if I got out when the bell got out, I got there and it was like beef jerky. You know?
Oh no. Okay, so
kids will never experience, like, now they're so damn picky.
Man, all right. So my Dust Devils, my Eloy Elementary Eagles, red chili plate. If y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you just don't know. The red chili plate with the tortilla and the rice and beans. Fire. People would fight in line over that shit.
No, you want to know something? Okay, go ahead, finish.
Go ahead. And the other was pizza day. Now, I'm sure we'll have some arguments over it, whatever, but the little bitty squares of pepperoni that were about that big.
Yes.
Pizza. Heaven. And then our random ass lunch ladies would have like broccoli and corn with it. But still, those pizzas slapped. That's some language you kids understand. It slapped.
Can I tell you something that we don't do at home? Like, I personally don't know anyone that does this at home, but at a school, it tastes like heaven. Smokies in a tortilla.
Weenies and tortilla?
A smoky and a tortilla they used to give in school. Like, I don't know what it was, but like, so freaking good.
Okay,
I think they still do smokies, but I don't know.
Did y'all have the little chocolate milk boxes?
We did in middle school, but then in high school, we had drinking fountains with like fruit punch, brisk, water, lemonade.
All y'all out there, howbomb.com. Let's go back to our age bracket. Bomb was those little milk cartons that had the chocolate milk in them. You shook the shit out of them and then Boy, I would get 3 of those hoes if I could.
So good, man.
So good.
But I'm hoping kids get back to that kind of like school lunches and eating with friends, and and it's I don't know. It's tough now,
But you understand that it'll never be the same, right?
Nothing will ever be the same again.
It'll never be like that. And I don't expect it to. And it's okay. Like, that's what the 90s kids understand. That's what the early 2000s kids understand.
I mean, there's going to be a line for soy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, fat-free. So Mary, it's just a bowl of ice. That's going to be lunch.
Listen, these kids got Panda Express and Taco Bell and Starbucks, Little Caesars, and they just pick what they want.
Chipotle.
That's fine. And that's cool. If I would have had that, I'd have been so stoked. But y'all don't understand the struggle of being a 4th grade, 5th grade kid and having these 6th graders punk you in line because it's Red Chili Day, okay? You just don't get it. Now, that we transition into, we don't understand, okay? I could not imagine what it would be like to have like Uber Eats and DoorDash and like GoPuff as a teenager. Like, if I got the munchies, or I wanted some Denny's, or if I wanted some like bomb ass burrito, I could literally in the middle between classes DoorDash that shit to me for lunch and just go out to my car and swoop it up. Like, could you imagine that? Could you imagine just not having to leave campus and you could get some Olive Garden? Like, how pimp would you be?
Bro, oh my God, I could just imagine how awesome.
Could you imagine getting some Nico's like carne asada fries for lunch and just sharing it with the homies, and you're just upper echelon pimp?
Man. Lunches back then, man. You know, one thing now too, like, I, as a kid, had ADD, ADHD, whatever, all it is.
It was undiagnosed.
We all did, right?
It was undiagnosed.
Like, but kids now have to have something. They have to have a fidget spinner now.
Fucking fidget spinners.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I had one. It was, but like as an adult, I had one.
That was my fidget spinner. Let's get serious. Like, come on. What did we have?
God.
What did we have? Gigapets?
Come on, bro.
What did we have? Honestly, what did we have? What did we have that could distract us from that? Like, fidget spinners are cool and little stress balls are cool. I get it.
I had a piece of paper I would fold into a triangle and try to flick it into my friend's fingers. Yes.
Or spitwads. Do you remember spitwads?
Oh yeah. No. You know what I used to do is I'd get a piece of paper and fold it, and just fold it once, and then get a rubber band and then just fling it at people.
No, man. Did you guys ever do the straw where you get the straw and you wind it up and then you get it really tight and then you flick it and it goes pow?
No. What I used to do is I used to get ketchup packets and like twist them really, really tight, and then throw them, or you'd put it like underneath someone's chair, so when they sit, it just popped. I'm sorry.
Just know janitors hate us.
We're new people now. We're
all you, I don't know, custodians, masters of the custodial arts. I personally apologize for my stupidity. Knowing now what I know, you should have beat the shit out of me. And I promise you, I might have cried then, but I would thank you for it now.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, we were assholes.
I got another thing kids will never understand now or back then. Kids now will never understand having Mervins back then. How awesome. Dude, Mervins had everything.
Yeah.
Mervins was awesome. I loved Mervins.
It went from FUBU to Polo. It was damn near a Ross.
FUBU.
Polo, Ralph Lauren, Abercrombie and Fitch, American Eagle Outfitters. What do you know about all that? Junko.
Anchor Blue. Junko.
Anchor Blue. K-Swiss. K-Swizzy.
Dude, I used to have my wife used to rock K-Swiss, as she said she used to. But I remember when K-Swiss came out, but then it came out black with the white stripes looking like Adidas. Ooh!
No, I had the all whites with the blue stripes. You already know.
You probably had Fat Farms.
I did have some Fat Farms. I did.
I think I had the ones from the swap meet where the P was backwards.
Son, first of all, can I shout out to my 90s kids? If you don't know what lugs are, get kicked. Get kicked. The lugs were the shit, son. I used to save up. I had a fresh pair of gray lugs. Son, I was so proud of those.
Kids will never know about the one strap backpack.
The one strapper, though. That's actually, you know what? Straight up, that was after me. Like the one strap got cool probably like your junior, senior year.
I had one.
Yeah. It was past my time. But you were talking about one strap. Do you remember the overalls with the one strap? Or the overalls with the no strap?
Old. Come on. I'm not old. I never wore overalls. Come on.
You
probably still have overalls.
Yeah, I bet if I were to look through my mom and shit, I still got a pair of overalls. That's the only article of clothing that has made it through every single era. Is some overalls.
Do an episode with overalls, please.
Oh, if I can find my overalls, I will. I hope I still
overalls, no shirts, and a straw hat.
Ooh, I will. I'm eating a straw right out the little.
I want you to bring overalls back.
Oh, I will try to. The Milky overalls, Moveralls, if you will. So let's talk about one other thing real quick. Seeing how we're trending on everything. As an adult, I hope we have some younger subscribers. Can y'all explain to me why mumble rap caught on? Because when we were in school, we had Loonies. I got 5 on it. We had Blackstreet. We had, damn it, we lived through the NSYNC and Backstreet Boy era and 98 Disease and Hanson and all this other shit. Like
Hanson.
Like I don't understand where mumble rap came from. Like, did y'all not follow your predecessors and try and perfect the craft? Y'all just got lazy. So explain to me why. Like trap music, I get heavy bass, good little like tones, but mumble rap, like ya hubba da shibba da fubba da hibba da simba da hubba da hibba da, like, bruh. Like,
dude, kids will never understand going to a school dance. Boys on one side, girls on the left side, and all you hear is on that floor. Let me see that tootsie roll, tootsie roll, that tootsie roll. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Now dip.
Now dip. Now slide, baby, slide, baby, slide, baby, slide.
Now it's bum bum bum.
Hey, wait, I like that song, so don't say nothing.
Oh no. Anyway, come on, everybody. That body, doo. Come on, everybody.
Choo. Everybody used to get it. No, you know what the one that we hit, and everybody from Eloy already knows what I'm about to do. Suavemente, bésame. Yo quiero que los labios besan Antonio otra vez. Suave.
See, the problem now is like line dancing it's a thing, but I feel like that's all it is now. I mean, you got the Cupid shuffle, you got the electric slide, you got the wobble, you got what is that? El caballo.
They don't have the wobble, they got the wobble.
I just don't. Kids now, like, I'm sorry, but you kids don't know anything about music. You guys just. Luckily, my daughter, we are raising her right. Queen, AC/DC, Journey. She loves her some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
She's got the right to fight for her party.
It just, again, every generation is different, but it's always weird to know that kids will never understand a certain thing. Kids will never understand certain amount of minutes. Kids don't understand lunch, curfew. We can go on and on and on and on. So,
well, listen, listen, for anybody out there that is in that age bracket that subscribes to us, we're not bashing you because there's plenty of things that we don't understand. Straight up. I will never understand what it must be like to go through mandatory homeschooling. Like, I can only imagine how stressful that must be to a sophomore or a junior. Like, y'all don't even really have a prom in some schools. Like, y'all don't even know what it's like to get asked to the prom as a freshman or a sophomore.
Yeah.
Or being a senior and actually going to the prom because fuck it, why not? I reach out to y'all. I feel for y'all. It's messed up. You know, my nephew graduated and he didn't even get to have a graduation. So shouts out to you, Josh. Like, if you're watching, I couldn't imagine what that must be like. And I'm not trying
That
to
is
do
tough,
y'all.
yeah.
I'm just trying to say we're not as uncool as y'all think we are. So it's just one of those things that
Every generation is different. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, a lot of cool stuff now. I mean, you got memes, you got cell phones, everything's different. But at
memes,
the same time, I feel bad for, you know, kids that can't graduate right now. You know, that is one thing. I feel kids that can't enjoy their 18th birthday. You know, things like that. You know, as again, every generation's always going to change, and I'm very curious. You know, in the future, if we could do another episode of what kids are like now and then in the future. So
that would
if
be
we
cool.
forgot anything, guys, that you think that we missed, please let us know in the comments, like a certain song or routine, food, being grounded versus.
Well, I got one more, bro. Just so we can kumbaya and bring it all into the same situation. As my ambiance has changed, if you can't tell.
I know. I don't know why you're getting all purple
Hey,
rain on me.
look at purple rain. That's that Hogwarts right there.
Purple rain.
Okay, but as far as like, let's say occupations, right? We can't bash because we are content creators. We are YouTubers, if you will, podcasters. But I am interested to see what kind of job markets come out of this generation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like the kids that are between 3rd grade and 8th grade right now. Not high school, you're already out of it. You've been through plenty of years. You're fully comprehended of what life was like before 2020. Kids that are 3rd grade to 8th grade are still like Gumby, you know what I mean? So how many product influencers are we going to have? How many Twitch sensations how many ninjas are we going to have? How many Mr. Beasts are we going to have? How many work from home product influencing content creating jobs are there going to be? Or are you guys going to make your own niche? You know, I mean, for most of us, the coolest job that we could have would be a professional athlete. I'm sure that's probably going to stay that way. But we never thought about making a job out of the internet. Never in a million. You know, we didn't. Anything, we used to get talked to by our parents about how playing video games would never amount to anything.
And right now, video games pays, dude, millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
Blowing up. Son,
there's people that literally get paid just reviewing memes, reviewing YouTube videos.
You can get a college scholarship for playing Call of Duty and Fortnite and other crazy ass games. Can y'all please get a scholarship for that, please? Could you imagine if you would have known, like, Mom, shut up. I am the best at Madden. I'm going to be rocking some Madden. Or, you know what? I don't care what you say. I'm a good shot at Call of Duty. Perfect Dark on Nintendo 64.
Can you imagine, like, say, back in the day, kids now that are getting paid for that, when they're married and they're kids and they're like, how was work, Dad? Oh, I had about like a 25 kill streak today. You know, I did pretty good, you know? Like, that's...
Well, you might not. But you remember when you used to ask your parents, like, oh, what'd you do today? You know, whatever. And it was like, oh, you know, it was real tough and had to do this and had to do that. And it's like, well, you know, son, I probably ate 3 Maruchans and drank 6 Red Bulls. And, you know, we rocked out on Call of Duty. We were, you know, and I made some really good content, you know, like people on Fortnite.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, fuck, dude. Like, imagine if you would have known then what you know now. I'd have been the best fucking video gamer ever.
Oh, man. How times have changed. Times have changed.
Yeah. Yep. So,
guys, again, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you guys saw anything, noticed anything that we left out, or you guys want to comment on some stuff from back in the day, the younger kid generation, if you guys want to comment on something and let us know how us old heads are doing it wrong, please do so. Comment, like, subscribe. You already know how it goes.
You know what's up.
You already know what's up. So if you can, this is an episode that I think that families should watch because, and when I say families, I'm talking from 40 till 4, because we've covered quite a bit. We've covered some gaps. And I feel like if y'all kids can't appreciate your parents, that they are still cool, that we grew up on Tupac and Biggie, so we will smack you if you need to. And these kids, you know, you guys went through some struggles too already. I can only appreciate what you must have and all the temptations that you guys have, that I can only imagine how crazy amounts of trouble I would be in if I had FaceTime or I had DoorDash or mommy's credit card saved on my phone. It'd be a done data.
Imagine having Amazon back in the day.
Amazon.
So much stuff.
God. Oh, people. Whew. Anyway, I think it's time for the frijole of the day.
All right, guys, the frijole of the day. It's just a question. Milky, is butt cheeks one word, or should I spread them?
Well, only if you put a period in the middle, a dot in the middle.
Oh.
You can't hyphenate butt cheeks. You have to like space them out.
Is it one word or should I spread them?
Yeah, for sure.
Do we have any spilled milk today?
Actually, you know what? I do have a little bit of spilled milk. So here's the thing. I really want to kind of go over, recap what we went over. I really hope that the younger generation, your kids' generation, understands the amount of luxury that they have. And even kids nowadays, y'all don't realize how good you have it. If you need to go somewhere, you can Uber. If you guys need to get something, you can Amazon Prime it. If you guys need some groceries, you don't got to drive. You can Uber Eat it, DoorDash it, whatever, Postmate it. What I'm trying to say is respect your parents and their hustle and their grind, because even the ones that we're talking about right now, our generation, respect your parents and their hustle and their grind. My parents are in their 60s. I can only imagine what their parents must have gone through. So just realize that we have to keep laying the ground rules for these kids to be better than us. Don't ever shit on a kid because they want to be better than us. Our goal as parents should be to give these kids a better future than what we had. Don't be afraid of them surpassing you. If they're better than you, then promote them. If they're smarter than you, then aid them in their successes. But for no reason should you ever be worried about it. Should you ever be sad about it? Because quite frankly, I'm sure my 10-year-old is smarter than me in technology and stuff that she can get herself into. I'm sure that my nephews and nieces are going to be better than me as far as developing stuff on the internet. But what I hope and what I would try to instill in my nieces and nephews and my stepdaughter, and preferably my kids when they become kids, is hard work does pay off. There is something about the grind. There is something that you find out about yourself, what you can go through, what hurdles you can overcome, and still keep moving. So please don't ever give up. Don't get frustrated. If there's a hurdle or there's a wall in front of you, go around it. Break it down. Think of all the things that you have seen in your early life so far, of people that are in their 30s, in their 20s, that are doing, just so you have the ability to carry that torch, to move on. And once again, like I say, all the seniors that are getting into their AARP ages that are watching this, please promote these kids. Don't be afraid of them. They don't know what it's like to work hard. They don't know what it's like to bust their ass, but they might have stuff to offer you that you don't know you need. So please connect with them. Let's all get on the same page. Let's all get on the same team. That's my spill milk.
Preach, man, preach. Amen to that one. Before we leave, I really like that, by the way. That was awesome. Just want to give a few shout outs. I just want to say a few thank you to Shani, Myra, my mother-in-law, Swags, Eddie, Aubrey, our wives. A lot of people that supported us. Just wanted to give you guys a shout out. A lot of you guys listen to us either at work, on your way to work. So I just want to say thank you guys again. We really appreciate you guys. We love you guys.
And honestly, like, we shout y'all out because we want you to know that we love you. We want you to know that we see you. And it's not just something that we do just because it's habit. We do it because every episode, whatever episode you catch, we want y'all to know that we see y'all. So if you want to be part of that crew, like, comment, subscribe, be active. Let us know that you're there. I promise you we'll put you in the list of people that we thank every single time we exit the show.
And I like that you brought that up, like, because some people are like, why do you guys always do that all the time? Because we appreciate you guys. We do love you guys. Like, again, 2 guys from Tucson.
We respect.
Who do this on the side. You know what I'm saying? So we just appreciate you guys. So anyways, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And like always,
bye.
Bye.